And we're back.
Hi guys.
Welcome back to GeekOut, the show where we improvise stories and the next part completely forget what the stories was about. Because last time I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea what I was talking about.
You're talking about how I get you Halo and you play for hours.
Oh yeah. So yeah, if you guys can find a mate that will get you games, and no matter how long you play them, still somehow end up loving you, you guys are living life. Like, I'm pretty sure this is where I was going in the last part, but
it's ecstasy.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's also extra reload.
Oh.
But Barry and I are in college, and right now we should be doing some studying stuff, but
For what?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I'm just giving an example. But like, we should be doing homework, but like, even when we're at home, but like when I'm at home, I just want to relax. So I think what I meant to say in the last part is that I will spend a hefty amount of time with Barry on Reed, because like we're in college obviously, and well, not obviously, but we're in college, and Barry and I obviously we live in separate households, and sometimes she'll send me a message and she won't get a reply
Like
till
half an hour later, and I'm like, hello, and then he's like, I was playing Halo.
like
okay.
I mentioned in the last part we had a channel before this one, and before the channel was you drained my shield.
Sorry.
Before the channel this way. We went this way, follow me. Before the channel was basically like obliterated. I was recording a series of Halo 2 Legendary videos. It wasn't like a how-to, it was more like just a, hey, let me play the entire Halo Legendary game for fun. And majority of the videos would be like raw footage. Like if we're speaking of raw footage, all videos would be like, oh my god, all of the videos would be like 40 to 50 minutes long. And between those videos, I would get a message, and it'd say Barry on the top. Like we'll be talking about something, like we'll be talking about like, hey, what'd you have for breakfast?
Oh yeah.
And then I'll just look at my phone after I finish recording for like 30, 50, 40 something minutes, and it'll just be like, what? I had eggs or something, or oh, I haven't had breakfast yet. Oh, what about you? And it'll be like sent 45 minutes ago. And sometimes I'll hear my phone vibrate again, and it'll just be like, hello? Yeah, it'll just be like, oh shoot, I'm sorry, I was recording.
I'll be like, oh, okay.
Like,
some people will go crazy and be like, why don't you respond? But then I'm like, it's okay, he's just playing Halo.
like Barry knows I wouldn't be out there like, I don't know, being in a club or something. Like she knows that.
At 9 in the morning.
Yes, at 9 in the morning. I'll be clubbing at 9 in the morning. That's all I do. That's all I do at 9 a.m.
So I'm like, he'll be like, oh, I was playing Halo. I'm like, okay, that's fine. I already know he's gonna play Halo. I mean, there's no way of me being like, don't play Halo. Because there will be some people that are like, no, why do you always gotta be playing Halo? Why can't you listen to me?
And with her, it's just like, he's playing Halo again.
Playing Halo. Okay. I mean, what am I gonna do? Not let him play Halo?
It's like I'm gonna. Oh, like I'm just gonna break your. Can you move over there, please? Just move.
This way?
I'd enjoy it if you can move, please. Yes, that way. Go cause havoc that way. I'll flank them this way.
Anyways, yeah, I'm just like, it's not like I can stop him from playing Halo. I mean, I'm not.
I'm pretty sure she wants to sometimes. Just like, hey, idiot, listen to me.
I'm not just gonna kill his enjoyment of Halo. Because he doesn't get to play Halo as often at home.
Yeah, like, even though I would upload like a bunch of Halo videos sometimes, like back to back to back, I don't really get that much time to play. Did you know if you wait here for a really long time, then eventually catch up?
Really?
Yeah, like if we wait here like for an hour.
For an hour.
Just kidding.
No munches.
Just kidding. But yeah. Like I don't really get to play that much at home because there's a lot of things.
And sometimes if I delay in the morning, it's because I have a hard time waking up sometime in the morning. To where I wake up.
You're dead.
Yeah, like that in the morning. I wake up and then I answer, and sometimes I'll answer the randomest things. Like the other day I said, "Oh, that's nice," and it wasn't a nice thing, but I just put "that's nice" because I was just waking up.
Oh,
I guess there was a problem.
Oh man. Okay.
I guess there was a problem at the school my brother goes to, and he was saying something about like, what was it, like a bomb?
It was like a bomb threat. Like someone's like, "Hey, we got an actual bomb." But
it wasn't anything.
Here.
It was just like a box we found, and I put, "Oh, that's nice."
They're like, "Oh, yeah." Just like she's like, "Oh, that's nice and weird. It happened in our hometown." I'm like, "What are you talking about? What do you mean?"
And then like 20 minutes later,
that's nice.
And then like 20 minutes later, my phone wakes me up, and it's like, "Oh, that's nice." He's like, "Oh, because you mean of the long lines in the traffic." And I'm like, "Wait, what? I put that's nice?" And I'm like, "No, I meant that's weird."
Yeah, because let's add context to this. The school that got like this threat was Barry and I. Oh, there's a bomb grenade. Barry and I went to the school together. That's where we met. Oh, how romantic! Oh my god. But please don't. But like the school is just like it's a good school. Don't get me wrong. But some of the policy is just like so dumb. Like it was a charter school, so we had to wear like uniforms and stuff. And you know, I'm not against uniforms and stuff. You know, if anything, yeah, all right, let's get preppy and stuff. But the way the school enforced it is just, why you gotta do that to me? Like literally, I remember who was it? I remember someone had like logos on their socks.
Oh yeah.
And then they're just like, you can't have logos on your socks, and they're just like, why? They're like, because some people aren't fortunate enough to, you know, have those, you know, they aren't fortunate enough to have those brands, and, you know, maybe might put them down. And you know what? You know, now that I think about it, you know, I kind of get where they're coming from, you know. Hey, someone has a Nike, and, you know, maybe they might not be able to afford Nike. You know, I get it. You know, you want to be like...
I'm going to get offended because
let's not shame people who don't have enough money to buy that. But let's think, you know, it's just like... Really? I don't think anyone looks at... Like, of course I'm wrong. I'm most likely wrong. And someone's just like... You know, maybe someone gets mad or something. Like, I wish I want to kill them for their socks. But I don't see the point. Like... Why are you gonna be like, hey, don't wear Nike socks because it offends people who can't afford Nike socks? Like,
they'll be offended.
Really, dude? Really? I know someone who was just like, hey, you know what? These aren't really Nike socks. I'm like, what? He's like,
all right, yeah, we're gonna get to the point.
He's like, I just wrote the check with a Sharpie. Wait, what?
We're gonna get to the point. You like drift off into socks.
Basically, the school's that's a good school, but their stuff is kind of dumb. That's basically everything.
Basically, it's pretty strict school.
It's a pretty. Okay, it's not strict. More like stupid strict.
So, getting back to what we're saying, it was early. He said that it wasn't a good thing, but I put that's nice. Okay, because in the morning I'll delay.
Over here.
In the morning I'll delay because I have a hard time waking up sometimes. So I'll wake up and then all of a sudden, like, since he takes a long time to respond, I'm there laying down. I'm there laying down waiting for a response, but like he'll respond like 5-10 minutes later, and in that time span, I'm laying down waiting for a text back. So I just like knock out, And I even put my phone next to my ear with like the ringer on, but sometimes I just like don't hear it because I fall back asleep, and I even have another dream and everything, and barely like 10 minutes later I get a response, and I don't hear it. So then I delay because I'm asleep, and then I
delay because I'm like watching YouTube or I don't know, using the restroom or something. Maybe a combination of both.
So then I feel bad because I delay, but then I'm like,
wait, is this fault?
So then I feel bad because I delay, but then I'm like, nah. Well, I feel embarrassed because I just fall back. I just keep knocking out because I keep waiting for him to respond. But during that waiting, I'm just like falling asleep because it's still early and I just woke up. And I'm just like, I want to keep sleeping. And I still like, and I would like fall asleep really late. So I'm just like, if I'm like constantly messaging, I'm awake. But if I have to like wait on delays, and I'm just like, I'm waiting for a message. Like 10 minutes later, I get a message. Sometimes it does wake me up, but then
sometimes is the key word there.
Sometimes it does wake me up, but those times that it does wake me up, if I'm still like kind of like barely waking up, I'll write the randomest things.
Yeah.
Or like write it in like a really stupid way, to where I read it back and I'm like, I sound really dumb.
I'm pretty sure that's how we're gonna I'm pretty sure that's how we're gonna be with our videos, like in a couple years. Like we're gonna look back and be like, did we really just sound like that? Like once we finally have like actual professional mics and stuff, we're gonna be like, really? That was us? Because like everyone does that, obviously. Like, you know, like the bigger channels like Markiplier.
And I even tell him like, oh sorry, I dozed off.
And I was like, oh, no problem.
Because
happens to the best of us.
He's like, well, he dozes off at night. I'll be texting and I'll ask like a question. I will ask like a question or say something, and then I'll never get a response, and I'm like, okay, folks. And then the next morning I'll just get a yes.
And with that and holding that thought, next time on GeekOut.
Bye.